Beep, 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 beep. Hello, how are we doing? All right. Beep. Somebody messaged me on YouTube the other day saying that apparently my beep to beeps are a perfect D. That's a musician doing that now. Only they would know. Ding. Yeah, he is. He's doing a D. Thanks for that. I thought it was a great thing. Thank you very much for that. Right, okay. Buy me a coffee, warrior teacher, blah, blah, blah. Right, okay, here we go. We're back there again. Stonewall and the banks. The bank's private medical insurance, that being the Bank of England, right, is going to cover people for. I just stop, right? You'd have seen. I did quite a long one the other day, which from 2015, saying that the whole thing's nonsense, right, including the surgeries, right? They're a nonsense. It's dangerous. It's a pathogenic meme. Here's what the Bank of England are doing. They're doing no due diligence at all. They're actually pushing people or shoving people down a pathway that will increase their suicide risk, wreck their life and wreck their body. And they don't seem to be bothered at all. The Bank of England. Quite happily hiking interest rates for the last 12 months. Oh, I tell you what, let's deal with these LARPers. Give them money so they can do it. I know, it's unbelievable. So here we go. Now, according to the... This is so offensive, it's unbelievable. According to the Bank of England, good people, right? The Bank of England says that people of any gender can be pregnant. Somebody said to me the other day, why does it matter if a man calls himself a mother? Because mother's the ultimate word. It's one of the oldest words that we've got. It's a word for a specific thing, and it's mama. It's one of the oldest words we've got. You cannot allow them to disengage that from reality. You cannot. This is what they want to do. They want to make their crazy gender identity queer-driven world, and they'll attack mother for all it's worth. And now the Bank of England is helping them. Where's the regulator? Central Bank also offers help to help staff pay for gender reassignment treatment using private medical insurance. So tell me, what does that entail? Is it so that fetishistic men can grow breasts? Paraphilic men can grow breasts? Or is it so that they can remove their genitals and make themselves forever sterile? What is it exactly you're doing with this virtue signalling crap, Bank of England? The world wants to know. The Bank of England's, Andrew Bailey's Under Pressure Central Bank, which is battling to bring inflation under control, also offers to help staff to pay for gender reassignment treatment using private medical insurance. My honest belief, even though I am actually a supporter of the Bank of England being separate from the government, my honest belief right now is the government needs to bring it back under government control. Gut the place, get rid of the lunatics that thinks it's okay, and then let go of that control again. I think that's what the government needs to start to do, and we have to be very careful that happens. And if it does happen, which I think it should, that those things have a sunset clause, so the government can hold on to it. There must be a sunset clause. We must always be aware of the dangers of big government. We must always be aware of that. We need a very small government that interferes very little in people's lives. The Bank of England's views and actions were included in its 2020-22 submission to be included in the list of the top 100 employers published by Stonewall, the LGBT lobby group, and the Times has got a copy of it. The bank came 57th in Stonewall's annual list last year after submitting a 103-page application. This revealed that in June 2021, the bank had introduced a family leave policy that included the phrase birthing parent to mean mother. The bank's parental bereavement leave policy talks about parents without specifying gender. Its application said, right, you've got to get your head around that 103-page application. Now, that wasn't some, fat bloke with a beard sat there going, well, we'll just put this. This was a collaboration. So they went out into the business and went, right, let's find what we... So you're talking about multiple people. Now, is the Bank of England quite large? Right, there's a lot of people there. So 103-page application, how long do we think that took? Now, I can write something. It'd take me 2 to 3 hours to do maybe a page and a half, 2 pages that's coherent and well written, right? Which is what this would have to be, so that they can get their Stonewall gummy bears and lick the LGBT bumpies, right? That's exactly what's happening here. So how long? How many people? 1? 2? Oh, come on, it's more than that. 5, 10, 25, 30. What about 70? How many people have to respond? 200? What is the sheer cost of doing this? Never mind the money you're giving to that, that flouncy mafiosa Stonewall. How much? How much is it costing? Bank of England. It is emphasised that the term meant the parent who was pregnant when the child, but includes persons of any and all gender identities. It also detailed the bank's commitment to gender-neutral lavatories, stating that it planned to upgrade its facilities. That included a commitment to ensure that the 7th floor of its headquarters in London offered only unisex lavatories. Bloody hell, an entire floor filled with lavatories. They haven't written that very well, have they? Can you imagine that? 40 people, farting and pinching a loaf at the same time. Dreadful. Each bank employee, of whom there were 4,000 in the UK, was expected to have a diversity and inclusion objective for each calendar year, and all would be assessed on it, the submission stated. They're running the business for them. Stonewall are running their business. They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. Staff at the bank, which has faced criticism for raising interest rates while failing to tame inflation, are encouraged to include their pronouns in email signatures. The application said, meanwhile, senior staff encourage others to be allies to the LGBT community by wearing a rainbow lanyard and displaying the same symbol at their workstation. So you've got a symbol at the workstation and you've got lanyards, 4,000 people. They've had to design the lanyards and the symbol. It's not just a matter of they're giving $3,000 to Stonewall. They're spending 20 times that in the background. It's an unbelievable boondoggle. It's a waste of money. They'll have dye officers and all the crap that come with it. The bank's private medical insurance covers treatment for pelvic surgery. The hell is that? Needed to treat gender dysphoria or the mismatch a person feels between their biological sex and their gender identity. The healthcare provider, AXA Health, could also cover phalloplasty, vaginoplasty and clitoroplasty, the application said. We're going to need legislation to stop this. Okay? It is not fair to ask the UK people to support these people medically for the rest of their lives if they pay privately for the original damage done. And make no bones about it. This is not medicine. This is damage done. This is cosmetic. Right? Okay. In April 2021, the bank's LGBT network emailed all bank governors and executive directors to encourage support of LGBT plus inclusion. It said 5 governors and executive directors attended a meeting of the LGBT plus and allies steering group, and 8 signed up for reverse mentoring. Reverse mentoring. Just off. Reverse mentoring. This is where they tell you, well, you're not worthy. This is a struggle session. It's Maoism, right? Okay. The bank is to introduce a recruitment system that will include broader gender definitions and wants to create quantitative targets in respect of LGBT employees. Stonewall suggested a focus on categories such as parents, LGBT staff aged under 26 or over 50, those at board level, and people of faith. It added Stonewall can support with developing this area through creating bespoke workshops. Show me the money. Show me the money. Give me the money. Money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. You fancy about the old cabaret? The Bank of England said the bank is committed to being an inclusive place to work for all its colleagues, and we are dedicated to delivering monetary and financial stability. I tell you what, you want to deliver monetary and financial stability, you can't do the inclusion shit, because that's going to drive your staff mental. It's going to take their minds off their job. They're going to have cognitive dissonance because they have to lie about the truth. You think that's what you're doing is a good thing. You're absolutely insane, Bank of England. Robbie DeSantos, Director of External Affairs at Stonewall, said, it's great to see the Bank of England adopting these inclusive workplace practices, which are becoming the norm among leading employers who are striving to unpick the barriers that prevent lesbian, gay, bi and trans people from having the same opportunity to thrive at work as anybody else. Absolute unmitigated wibbling nonsense. So, the Andrew Bailey, who runs the Bank of England, better start talking to different people, Bailey. You need to get these people out. You need to stop all these initiatives. And if I was you, I'd take a page out of Ireland's book like they did with Intercom and simply stop it all. It's a waste of money. An absolute waste of money and a waste of time. And it's rubbish, pandering to narcissistic, sociopathic twats who think that everything's about power and oppression. Game over, folks. Come on, Bank of England. You could do better. You lot go and have a great time. Loads going on. See you later. Okay, folks.